Hello, this is my Hatsan BT65 SB Elite. Basically, it's the stock gun. All I've removed is the factory sights, which actually came set up pretty centered. I have put on a Harris swivel bipod and a G&G bipod adapter. There are some mods that I would like to make. Basically, the gun is too long for the length of pull. I'm only about 5'6", and it just didn't quite fit me. Also, I felt that the buttstock weight was a little bit light, so I'm going to try to increase that as well. So let's find out what it is right now. In its current form, the front of the rifle weighs approximately 7.2 pounds. I didn't weigh the 5.11 VTAC 2-point sling. It doesn't really add that much. And we'll check the back weight. The back is currently 3 pounds 6 3/4 ounces. For those of you who like kilograms, it's 1.556. Okay, I'm going to attempt to make the new buttstock for me out of this material here. It's actually left over from a previous project, and it's vibration isolation material. I actually picked it up at a rubber place in the area. The original buttstock for the Hatsan measured out at about 1 1/4 inches at the bottom of the arc, which I still felt was too long. Plus I just found the shape uncomfortable anyway. So I'm going to attempt to make this one at 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and rip the material to width first, or to thickness first. Okay, you can see where I made the cut. Actually, the 3/8 side, I actually decided was a little bit too flimsy with the cork, so I figure another 1/16 really won't be that big a deal, and it'll give me more rigidity. So we're going to go with the other half of the material, which tapes out at about 7/16. Since we've already got our thickness, now I'm going to go ahead and cut it to width. The width of the buttstock is approximately 1 1/2 inches. So I made my initial cut a 2-inch depth. That gives me plenty of material to adjust it based on how it fits best on the stock. Now we have our blank for the buttstock. Okay, I removed the insert from the buttstock and used that to lay out exactly where the holes were going to be, and then kind of punched them in with a scratch awl so I can find them. Put the piece in the drill press, and I'm going to go ahead and drill our holes. I went ahead and reinstalled the butt insert and took our blank for the new butt pad and attached it with screws. I used button head, chamfer, stainless steel screws. The thread pitch actually matched the thread pitch of the original screw because I checked it. Picked them up at Home Depot. Bags like 88 cents. I picked up the 3/4 and the 1 inch. I was able to get the job done with 3/4, but want to have the other available if you need it. Then I took my pencil and marked the outline of the buttstock so I know what my shape is. Okay, got it marked out, our shape. So I'm probably going to sand down to the final line, but got way too much material to sand from here anyway. So we're going to cut off a little bit of the excess. I cut off some of the excess, and obviously didn't cut off any fingers. So we're going to go ahead and sand back to the line. Okay, we got our shape of our new buttstock. Just need to clean up a few of the tails from obviously the rubber only sands so well. You know, some of it doesn't want to sand off. So we'll go ahead and clean that up, maybe smooth it out with a block or some hand paper, and then we'll decide whether we're going to spray the thing. Okay, I went ahead and installed it just to check fit. See, it's actually a really nice fit. I may end up, I'll test it out, see if this is a good size for me. If it's a nice length of pull, I may consider making another one, but this time actually just separating the rubber from the cork and using metal as the backing, so it'll be a little bit stiffer. Because the cork does have a certain amount of flex to it. And I have to make 2 guide rods, because the guide rods here are actually required in order to have your pieces stay in, your screws. And I don't want to cut the guide rods off. I don't know. I don't ever plan on using it again, but if I want to, I've got it for whatever. So I've got actually picked up some 3/8 rod that I'm going to cut to use for my guide rod. Unfortunately, this is not 3/8 rod. It's also not 5/16, so it's probably a metric size rod. I'm going to take the 3/8 and grind it down until it's the correct diameter to fit inside this particular fastener, and then I'll insert it in place and just tighten it down just to hold it in so I don't have the holes. It's purely aesthetic, and it will add actually some weight to the buttstock. Went ahead and checked the length of pull. Generally it's supposed to be comfortable from where it meets your arm, and so this is a lot better for me. Gives me a decent grip, get my fingertip right on the trigger. So it's hopefully this is going to work out, and it's making for a nice prototype.